You should have seen our faces. I mean, we had like tears rolling down. Like, what is it? You know, there was so much double entendre that we were like, this can't happen. Of course, it changed.
Hey everyone, I'm Lindsay Miller, and I'm here today with Sarah Rafferty of Suits, which is back for a new season. How are you?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you, as always. So I always want to dive right in with what's going on with Harvey and Donna, because there is always something every season.
You know, yeah, there seems to be this interesting energy with Harvey and Donna that's you know, been around for a while. And this season, since we're going into season 3, these characters have been developed, and now we can really dig in deeper.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting is, as a result of this merger that happened at the end of season 2, there are these new characters on the scene, this influx of British talent. So that kind of, the entrance of a British Harvey sort of throws things into relief, I would say, for Harvey and Donna.
And we saw some hints at that in the last season too. I also heard that we're gonna finally find out what is up with this can opener reference that's been popping up.
You know what? The can opener makes an appearance. I think this season wouldn't be complete without a little can opener cameo. So yeah, we have a flashback episode this year.
Okay.
And again, and last year we went back 5 years. This year we're going to go back 10. So we get to really kind of go back to the beginnings of Harvey and Donna's relationship, and we get to see the origins of the can opener. So.
Oh, all right. Can you give us any hint at the story behind it?
It's really dirty.
Okay,
No,
that's what, well, you know, people have hinted at that. Gabriel said that he initially read a script and was so shocked that they had to go back and change it.
We were at a table read, and we were all like, it was a conference call, table read, and you should have seen our faces. I mean, we had like tears rolling down. Like, what is it? You know, there was so much double entendre that we were like, this can't happen. Of course, it changed.
So tell me how you think this merger is going to impact Donna, because the last episode, all these relationships are on the outs. Which relationships do you think can be repaired, and which are just too far gone at this point?
Well, you know, so I would say every relationship is challenged when we come back for season 3. Obviously, Harvey and Jessica aren't seeing eye to eye on the merger. Jessica used Mike, and that's created a huge rift between Harvey and Mike. That was a major betrayal. You know, we're going to be curious to see what happens with Rachel and Mike going forward.
Very
since there was a bit
scene.
of a bombshell was dropped a little bit at the end of the season. So I think what's interesting for Donna is that her loyalty isn't tested. She's pretty much always very true to Harvey, and you'll kind of get a really good sense of why as the season progresses. And you know, but with the merger, there is this introduction of Stephen Huntley, the British Harvey. So she, as things progress, she sort of has her hands full with these two Harveys at the firm. So season 3 just gets really complicated.
Interesting. And what do you think of Mike and Rachel? Because in the past, I've thought they're maybe not so good for each other, but now that she's in on his secret, he'll maybe need to rely on her a little bit more. So what do you think? Just from a personal perspective, would you like to see them together?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I mean, of course, right? But at the same time, you know, you think about it, I do stop and think, wait a minute, she's with a guy who lives his life as a lie, and he's a fraud, and he's lying about the one thing that she's working so hard to get. So, I mean, how is their relationship gonna overcome that? Is it gonna overcome that? I don't know.
Okay, I gotta ask you about this flashback episode, because Donna is known for her fantastic wardrobe. What was it like to go 10 years back? We'll be seeing a little bit of a different side of Donna.
You know, it's funny. It's funny because, of course, I was concerned about that immediately. I was like, she's not being as well compensated for her efforts as she is in the present. So what's going to be happening in the past? But you know, when we go back, she's always been a bit of a fashionista.
Okay.
So she definitely had her finger on the pulse of fashion 10 years ago. So, you know, and it was fun for me to learn a little bit about what was going on back then. And also, what I enjoyed about it was just kind of emotionally, they're going back in time. The present day in season 3 is a lot darker than we've seen in seasons 1 and 2. So then when we flash back from season 3, 10 years back, things lighten up a bit, and the necklines kind of open up, and things are looser and fresher in that way. And that's a really fun thing about the wardrobe on this show is I have a lot of conversations with Jolie, our wardrobe designer, about that, about like what's happening emotionally in a scene and how, you know, whether you're sort of armed for the scene or whether it's open, you know, those kinds of things, what the color is.
Well, tell me about this season, because now that you've lived with this character for a couple of years, I know that with the storylines, like you said, the writers are really delving more into their pasts and their relationships. What is something that you figured out about Donna this year that maybe you didn't know before?
Oh, gosh, that's a great question. You know, I think what's intriguing about this season is that we see them under circumstances that are really unique and uniquely challenging and dark and conflicted. And in that way, I think the writers are doing a great job at surprising us with how the characters are responding. So I think she's thrown in a way, again this season, she was thrown last year when she was fired, but this year there's a revelation and she's thrown in a way that's new to her, and she really gets to know who has her back, you know,
Okay.
and can ask for assistance and seek friendship in a great way.
So she'll figure out who's really there for her and who is not.
Absolutely. And you know what's intriguing too about this season, with a lot of the personal life coming up for these characters, Meghan Markle and I were excited because Rachel and Donna need a girlfriend. You know,
it's true. Yeah.
Rachel's got this new boyfriend with this big secret, and Donna's got some stuff going on in her personal life. So you know they can have a lot of fun sharing this journey with each other.
Well, and as dark as it sounds like this season is going to be, you guys seem to have the most fun of maybe any cast on television, Instagramming constantly from the set. I mean, what is it like? I know you guys work hard. You work late nights, early mornings a lot of the time. How do you keep it fun?
Well, you know, it's funny. We had some journalists visiting us, and they were remarking on the fact that we didn't all run off to our trailers in between takes and kind of go hang out by ourselves, that we're sort of playing with each other. We're taking pictures, you know, having that kind of fun. And I didn't realize that that's necessarily a unique thing, but we just are like a TV family. We all went away for the weekend for Canada Day, which is like the July 4th in Canada, and you know, had fun, barbecued. Patrick did some fire poi, which was unbelievable.
Impressive.
Check out my Instagram because it's on there. I can't believe it. I was like, is he insured for this? Is this okay?
But he's like a big like Burning Man attendee. Like he's into that stuff.
Absolutely. So there was like a lot of bongo playing, you know, maybe some skinny dipping, that kind of thing.
I see. And who's the biggest troublemaker on the set? Because I did see you post a photo taking photos where there was a sign that said you could not.
Oh, well,
so you guys get into a lot of trouble.
Right. That would definitely be Gabriel then. He's a rule breaker. He's really tough. No. It's funny because I'm asked a lot about who plays the most pranks, and nobody does. So I'm thinking like, time to start playing them. I mean, if you have any ideas, let me know.
Tweet them at Sarah Rafferty. She's looking for prank ideas for the set of Suits people. Well, thank you so much for dropping by today. We cannot wait to see where the season takes us. And be sure to tune in because Suits is back every Tuesday night on USA.